And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Got an amazing show lined up. I can't tell you when the time happens. All I do know is that a rocket is supposed to take off from SpaceX, United States Space Force, down in Los Angeles area, in the mountains or whatever. Somewhere between the 19th of November and today, a rocket with Seals Q, HBAR, the company called Arrow Electronics, WiseKey, WiseSat, they're supposed to send off this rocket. And it's supposed to use the Seal coin that I found on Hashpack Wallet or Saucer Swap. Now, the problem I've had is at first Grok was telling me this is the coin, and then all of a sudden he says no, and then yes. I sent all the $500 people a video. So look on your Telegram. Yeah, I sent the $500 people a video. And what I did is I showed you the actual, I'm going to read it off now. But I'm going to read off to you the Grok search. And look, I don't know if they sent the rocket off now or whatever. Like, I'm just going by what Grok is saying. Grok saying that Seal coin is going to be put, the technology is going to be put up there, and that Seal coin to be used to send messages. Hey, whenever it happens, it happens. If you have to wait a day or a week, 2 weeks, I don't know. I'm just reporting to you what the information says. I can't tell you when they're going to green light this shit. Grok saying on the 26th, that's today, is when it's supposed to be launched at the latest. So maybe they don't want to tell everybody that this satellite's going to have the first quantum chips in it. I don't know. These are things that all I can do is show you evidence that I found. You've got to determine what you want to do with that evidence. Just because I read it off doesn't mean snap, things go up. It's not how it works. Cryptos rise in value when the time is appropriate. That's how it works. So let me give my disclaimer. My name's Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. Don't buy any crypto I tell you to buy. Don't sell any crypto I tell you to sell. Don't do anything. Don't even watch the show. The show's the biggest farce on the planet. Nothing on the show is real. It's all fake. My whole goal is designed to get you to be financially destroyed. And for the past 5.5 years I've had this show, I've stayed consistently high 24/7 on heroin, cocaine, LSD, peyote, mushrooms, everything. I'm taking it, injecting it, slamming it, keystering it, any kind of drugs, all drugs you can imagine. So yeah, Vandenberg Air Force Base. So that's your disclaimer. Your best bet is just get off the channel right now and sell all the crypto you have or buy all the crypto you want. I don't know. I actually got cocaine in my drink here. I got to drink it. Okay. Let me start off with the strongest evidence. I'm going to start off with what this whole thing is, and then we're going to backtrack and look at the evidence, okay? Again, I don't know when this is taking off. All I can do is report to you on what Grok says it's supposed to take off. Now, the November 2025, which is where we're at right now, Grok says that November 2025, WiseSat, now that's a company, WiseSat. I don't know if you can get stock in that. There's something called WiseKey. This is all related to the space launch. These are stocks that you can get into now while the prices are cheap, okay? No one has done this before. This is the very first time in history this has ever been done. When this stock rises in price, I have no idea. I'm just showing you the most important things. To me, it's not the price. To me, it's the news. The November 2025 WiseSat satellite launch operated by WiseSat Space. It's a WiseKey subsidiary. So the parent company is called WiseKey. I believe the stock is WKEY. If you want to look that up and buy it, that's up to you. This has never been done before in the world. This marks a pivotal advancement in quantum resilient blockchain secured space communications. Delayed slightly from initial targets, November 19th to November 26th, due to SpaceX scheduling. All that's in parentheses. So what was supposed to happen is from today back to the 19th, SpaceX was supposed to launch this satellite. The mission deploys WiseSat.Space 3.0 aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 Transporter 15 from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. This nano satellite integrates Seals Q post-quantum cryptographic chips. It's the GS7001 with NIST approved Kyber dilithium algorithms for hardware enforced encryption. WiseKey's root of trust for device authentication and Hedera Hashgraph, that's the crypto HBAR. Hedera Hashgraph will provide the decentralized ledger for what? Seal Coin. That's what Seal Coin is on Hashgraph and Saucer Swap. Whether it's the right one, I have no idea. Seal Coin. The stack enables the first space-based machine-to-machine token exchanges securing IoT, that's Internet of Things, data flows against quantum threats like Shor's algorithm. It's part of a 2025 rollout of 5 to 6 PQC satellites. So they're going to roll out 5 to 6 of these satellites. They're going to expand WiseSat's 22 satellite LEO constellation to 100 by 2030 for global low-cost IoT. Now, this 2030 thing is coming up an awful lot, everybody, and maybe that's when the crypto finally takes off. We got to wait another 4 years. I have no idea, okay? All I'm telling you is that I'm seeing this 2030 coming up all the time. I think maybe that's the end date where everything has to be quantum resistant by 2030 at the latest. We know that in the next 2 years, the goal of the United States government is to get everything quantum resistant in 2 years from today. That would put us up around 2028. Now, we're going to get into the Seal Coin token ID address here, and this is, let me just read it. So this is not speculative, Grok says. The launch tests real decentralized physical infrastructure networks called DPIN. You heard of DeFi? Well, this is DPIN, Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network from Orbit. With Hedera, that's the HBAR crypto, with Hedera providing audit logs, low-cost HBAR settlements, and verifiable consensus for satellite to ground, and then from satellite to satellite transactions. Oh, shit. Okay. Sealcoin Hedera token service, the ID of the crypto, and that's the one that we've bought, 0.0.215927, or it's called KAIT, QAIT. That's what Whether this is the right token or not, I'm just reading off what Grok says, okay? It's kind of like one of these deals. If you have it and you can afford to lose whatever money you got in it, great, awesome. If you can't, don't buy it. It's that fucking simple. Doesn't take a genius to figure this shit out, all right? You want to buy the token? Here is the Hashpack wallet. Here's where you can find it. And I already read off the there's that saucer swap. You can buy it in the Hashpack wallet. You can go to saucer swap to buy it. And here is the Hedera token service coin name and contract code, if you want to call it that. There you go. So, look, one of the reasons why I stopped talking about this is because I was finding conflicting information. I think this is a top secret project of some sort, and somehow Grok knows about it. And, you know, like I said, if you want to put, you know, $100 or $200 or something into this, and you can afford to lose that, then great, awesome. I've got a small amount in here. Now, whether this is the right crypto, I mean, Grok's saying it is, but whatever. You have to decide for yourself. And I'm just showing you the evidence. If it's the right one, congratulations. Some of you are probably going to be millionaires. And if not, some of you like me just lost a couple $100, whatever. Okay. So that's how I'm looking at this thing right here. I've got money in other cryptos. I don't need this one. From all the other cryptos I have, I'll be just fine. But some of you have this, and great. I'm not encouraging or discouraging. This is one of these things where I can't comment. I'm just reading off what I'm seeing here with Grok. So let me continue. There's more to this show today than Sealcoin. Way more than that. We've got WiseKey, WiseSat. We've got Seals Q. These are like 3 companies right there you can invest in. Or not. It's up to you. So the Sealcoin Hedera token service acts as the utility token for these exchanges, embedding quantum safe signatures to prevent harvest now, decrypt later attacks. Now, there's another company. The stocks are kind of expensive, but then again, some of you who want a diverse look, I'll just give you the stock here. It's about $100 for one. This company's called Arrow. Arrow is involved in this. Chris Guerra, oh my God, this dude is something else. Chris says, I sold when Hulk mentioned it, might not be right. I'll have to buy back in. I sold, and then Chris Guerra says, I sold my home. I sold my home and got Sealcoin. Is that bad? No, just sell everything you have, live in a garage at your brother's house. Whatever you have, just dump it all into Sealcoin, okay? Buy it in large quantities. Don't buy it small where you keep the impact fees low. Just dump in like $100,000 all at once. And then see what happens. I'm only speaking to Chris Garrett. Nobody else listened to me. Chris is like, no, wait a minute. I'm looking at the impact fees here. It's going to be $50,000. Just shut up. So now we're looking here. There's another company involved in this. This is the Arrow Electronics. Arrow. Arrow Electronics is involved. This is the company stock you can get. Arrow Electronics' role is upstream and indirect. As a global distributor of semiconductors and components, Arrow supplies foundational hardware used in SEAL-Q's PQC chip fabrication and the WiseSat assembly, enabling the stack without direct launch involvement. So Arrow Electronics provides parts and sells them to SEALs-Q and WiseSat so they can make this chip that they desperately need. So we're going to get into all these companies. This is a big deep dive today. The use case, the core use case of all this we're talking about today is quantum secure, decentralized satellite Internet of Things for critical infrastructure, enabling tamper-proof M2M machine-to-machine payments. That's what all this is right now. Satellites authenticate Internet of Things devices via Wise ID, encrypt payloads with SEALs-Q chips, and settle via SealCoin cryptocurrency on Hedera. A remote oil rig sensor pays for data relay in HBAR equivalents. So that's interesting. For an example, a remote oil rig sensor pays for data relay in HBAR. DPIN from orbit. This is the first ever blockchain secured satellite ecosystem for low Earth orbit coverage. Low Earth orbit is LEO, and it's resisting quantum decryption for 20 years. Targets industries like finance, government, and defense. Oh man, that's their target right now, these three. Let's repeat and see how huge this is. This whole computer, satellites, encryption, cryptos, and all that is for finance, the world of finance, all the money. Well, that's not a big deal. Then we've got government. Oh, damn. And defense of the entire planet. That's not a big deal either. I guess we're going to get invaded by space invaders. Quantum resilience protects against Q-Day. Now, what Q-Day is the people in the scientific world, they know we're going to get hacked by a quantum computer. They know, okay? So they're calling it Q-Day. It's a day where a quantum computer has the ability to take out the whole entire planet. These scientists already have a date in mind when this could happen. So this gets like kind of serious, okay? So this whole, what we're talking about today isn't about some kind of pump dump. Today what we're talking about is the security of the entire world. Not a big deal to some of you. I know you're just looking to make that $300 to $400, $500, a little profit, and you don't care about the rest of it, and that's A-okay. To the long-term investors watching this program, the adults in the room, what we got here is you can invest in SEALs-Q. WiseKey is another one you could invest in. These are companies, not cryptos. Then you have Arrow Electronics is another company on the stock market. As far as cryptos that we got the Seal coin that I showed you there and the HBAR. So that's about 5 investment opportunities in this particular article here. This is massive. I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than this. These companies, these cryptos, the use case, who's involved in this. You know, the Department of Defense is all over this thing. Yeah, it's like this. They're not going to advertise this, but I want you to think how high up this goes. We're dealing with a satellite going into space, coming out of America. It's being launched at a United States Space Force base. Think about this. Some of you that are not too savvy, I want you to stop now. Forget about the crypto and making your little $300. For the long-term investors, think what we got going on here. They're launching from a United States Space Force base. Do you not think the United States Department of Defense and military, they're all over this like flies on horse shit? This is massive right here. They may not even tell us when they launch this thing. Okay. What we have here is so government classified. This is going to be this part of the safety of the whole entire world. This is massive. What you have an opportunity to do today is I'm showing you the future security of the United States. This is where it's starting with right now. Sounds to me like a pretty important show, Crypto Hulk. Oh, you think? I mean, they're not telling us. Grok's not really getting into all this, but this is where this is. The whole government, all the three-letter agencies and the defense industry, they're all over this thing. This isn't just somebody making some crypto and trying to make $300. This is like the security of the whole entire world in this project right here. And I'm showing you this. No other channels are breaking this down because this is not regular crypto influencer material. This is, I'm showing you early so you can get disgustingly rich, okay? This is what this show is about today. Not about making a little $300 profit for today and dollar cost averaging your cryptos. This is a whole new, this is the highest level you can get show. Wise Key and Seals Q and Wise Satellite are all subsidiaries of the Wise Key company. So it shows it on the NASDAQ. Let me copy paste this for you. If you're interested in buying in a company that is going to save the entire world, probably sounds like a good use case, right? I think hopefully the smart people would have to agree with that. Yeah, Crypto Hulk. That sounds like a good use case for a crypto and a stock. I think I'll probably look into that. Okay, look into it. That sounds good. Just look into it then. Oh, boy. We got some real wieners on this program. Who started Wise Key? Carlos Moreira. Moreira is his name. He's a serial entrepreneur. He founded Wise Key in 1999. That's the year I graduated college at age 29. I fucked around when I was younger. Then I found out that I needed to go to college. And then after that, everything took off. Okay. Let us look. Let me go back to the beginning of this deep dive. Arrow.com. What is Arrow.com? Somebody talked about it on my show yesterday, right at the end. And I looked it up, and it's connected to this space launch. So I was like, wow, here's another stock if you guys are interested. It's kind of expensive. It's $100 a piece. Arrow Electronics. They've been around since 1937. They came out of Colorado, and that's before Colorado turned communist Democrat. Arrow's a Fortune 500 company with over 21,000 employees worldwide. Not bad. They sold $28 billion worth of products last year. That's a decent amount. Arrow Electronics serves industries like aerospace, automotive, computer electronics, and industrial IoT. They are literally launching technology products to drive innovation. Now, Arrow Electronics is not a fintech or a blockchain or a crypto project. It operates in the traditional electronics and IT distribution center. Let me cherry pick this. Arrow's core use case is enabling technology innovation through electronic component. Now, they are using blockchain. Everybody's going to use it. They're a traditional company, but now they're starting to incorporate blockchain for their supply chain logistics, kind of like a V-chain, okay? The V-chain crypto is primarily for supply chain. This one's connected with like top secret government shit. Like this will be more successful for what I'm seeing than the V-chain because, I mean, they're already working with the government, launching satellites and shit, and it's just like, V-chain's not doing that. So you have to look at what is the crypto doing? Who are they partnered up with? This Arrow Electronics is already partnered with the Department of Defense. That's pretty fucking huge right there. So what is Arrow Electronics' use case? Oh, just helping to send quantum-resistant microchips into outer space to protect the world. That's all. Not a big deal for Arrow Electronics. They source semiconductors, sensors, and connectors for product development, supply chain logistics. They're working with NVIDIA. Well, this part's kind of cool for people that like cars. Arrow Electronics is working with NVIDIA and Arrow McLaren. Last name McLaren for autonomous racing tech. Oh, shit. So somehow they're going to have probably AI and computers and all kinds of shit in these race cars to maybe assist drivers into winning the race. Maybe even get rid of the drivers completely and just have the cars run themselves. That would be kind of interesting. Who are you going to cheer for? There won't be the driver up there with the trophy and the girl in the bikini or whatever. It'll just, or the boy in the bikini, if that's what you like. Oh, let's look here. Arrow Electronics is a publicly traded company. It's ARW on the New York Stock Exchange. ARW. ARW. That's my, when I want to use my accent, I'll say ARW, but it's really ARW. That's how it's supposed to be. Arrow started as a radio and supply corporation in New York City in 1937, initially selling radios and parts. Okay, sounds pretty fucking boring. The current leadership is a guy who's used to work at Nokia. This other guy used to work at Tyco. We got supply chain people at IBM involved in this company. And let me just scroll through here. Okay, in June 2025, what happened? In June 2025, Arrow joined the Hedera Council. That's the cryptocurrency HBAR. These are the people that are in charge of it. The Hedera Council is a governing body, I think of like 25 global businesses that are massive, and they steer and direct the crypto HBAR. So Arrow's a part of this. So it's mixed up with HBAR. And they're a node, actually. Arrow is a node for the Hedera network. This aims to bring supply chain tracking on chain. So Arrow is going to start. See, this is where money comes from. How does HBAR increase in price? Well, I'll be glad to share that with you. Is when HBAR, the corporation, brings in Arrow, who's only been around for close to 100 years, working for the government, defense, that's not a big deal. So you bring in kind of a $28 billion company, and they start utilizing your blockchain with real world use case for supply chain logistics, sending shit into outer space, just random shit like that. That's where the value of a blockchain comes from, with real solid use case. just like this. This is why HBAR crypto is going to fucking take off like crazy, because it's not about cartoon monkeys and shit and peppies. It's about real world national security and global security. Alrighty then. Enough of that scientific mumbo jumbo crypto. Let's just talk about prices. I don't care about all the nuts and bolts and important shit. I just want to know prices. Well, then go ask Grok then, because I'm not getting into dumb shit. Now, this has nothing to do with arrow.com crypto. Arrow markets, that's all fake. Well, it's an avalanche-based DeFi token, Arrow. Arrow chain is not what we're talking about here at all. Arrow's council membership advances on-chain supply chain use case. So with Arrow joining with Hedera, it's going to bring the United States defense contractors and all that to use the Hedera platform and the crypto HBAR. That's bringing in a massive use case. And then guess what? All around the world, they're going to do the same thing. That HBAR crypto is going to be a fucking monster one day. And I'll just wait. Whenever that day comes, I'm fine. I'll just be 300 years old before this takes off. I'll be on like my third or fourth life on this planet. I'm going to cherry pick the rest of this, and I think I'm about done. Monarch Academy. Arrow Electronics, which is arrow.com, is a $28 billion Fortune 150 distributor of electronic components, has deepened its blockchain footprint. So that's when it joined Hedera in June 2025. This traditional electronic company is now involved in blockchain. It chose Hedera, and the rest of the United States is probably going to choose the same as well. Hedera's use case is massive. The future, like Hedera right now, the HBAR crypto was at 14 cents. Shit used to be like 50. It'll be 500,000 bucks easy down the road, like no problem at all. Solid, 100% solid use case. National defense. I mean, it doesn't get more solid. That's why I don't have Hedera is my biggest holding at Caleb Brown. And for reasons like this, it's all built into the defense system of the United States. That's like the biggest use case you have. So I'm not concerned about a price that's down. These cryptos can't be 14 cents to work. It's not possible. I know that there's going to be massive price increase in the future. I don't know when that date will be. It looks like Crypto Hulk just has to wait. So just keep doing your job or whatever you guys do. And then one of these days, boom, things take off. You can't plan it. You can't hope for it. It happens when it does. Just know that whatever fucked up job you have, you won't have to do it forever. At least that's the only positive thing I can help you with. Arrow joined Hedera to co-develop distributed ledger technology supply chain pilots on Hedera, which uses quantum resilient primitives. Hedera is a BFT consensus, is cryptography agnostic, allowing swift PQCs faster than Bitcoin or Ethereum forks. Q secure. Oh. Arrow, the company Arrow exclusively distributes what's called Q. I've got to copy paste this. This is interesting here. There's a special platform. Oh, look what we got here. We have a Thanksgiving present. There's no Thanksgiving present. What the fuck are you talking about? Pilgrim Publisher. Hey, Hulk, thanks for all your efforts and sharing with us. Well, trying my best there to show you what I find, and you have to make your own decisions about what you want to do. Arrow exclusively distributes what's called Q Secures, Q Protect, Q Software as a Service platform. It's a software suite for quantum resilient encryption. It targets IoT/edge devices. Oh, listen to this. Listen to this. It includes this Arrow company. Look, any of this shit we talk about in this program, any of these 5 investment opportunities, like whatever, they're all wieners. They're all wieners. Now, this Arrow company is working with this platform called Q Protect, QU Protect. It's including, here we go, make sure you hear this one, including federal United States government agencies preparing for a CISA PQC mandate. Now remember, from what I think in like less than 2 years, the federal government of the United States, everything's got to be with this quantum seals Q shit, okay? In less than 2 years. They're going to be buying these fucking microchips like crazy. Arrow's involved in this. The Hedera Corporation, I believe that's a real company you can buy stock from. Can somebody verify? Can somebody verify it? Who do we got on the show right here? Look up Hedera Council and see if the company Hedera is on the stock market. I'm going to go back to the information here. So the quantum resistant partner for the United States government is Hedera. Now it has SHA-384. We know that Bitcoin is SHA-256. This one right here is SHA-384 hashes. Seals Q has the GS 7001 chips. They have the Sealcoin Quate. It's on Hedera. And there's a company called Q Secure. They have a tech called Q Protect. That's mixed up, again, with this Arrow.com company. Arrow Electronics is their name. The Arrow Electronics is now emphasizing supply chain / quantum via acquisitions. Yeah, this Arrow Electronics now, they're all up in blockchain now. It was a company that never dealt with that, but they're completely, these tech companies now are all incorporating quantum. This is getting massive. They're all preparing for Q Day, everybody. The cryptos that we're talking about in this program, all of them are winners. All of these companies right now, at least for now, these are all in there with the United States. It's like Save America time right now. That's what I see with all those 3 stocks and those 2 cryptos or whatever we're talking about. Then you got Ripple helping out Hedera. Chainlink helps Hedera. Algorand helps Hedera. These are all, I don't know when the shit takes off, people. All I know is these are the ones. And I'm showing you, what are they involved in, Crypto Hogs? Saving the fucking world. That's what they're doing right here. Just a little bit of a challenge. Tangent. It says here, Hedera / Arrow supply chain, June 2025. Arrow's node launch boosted HBAR sentiment. So Arrow is now, as of June, running nodes on the HBAR platform. And they keep talking, this article keeps talking about a November 2025, which is now, like, they're talking about the launch. The satellite launch keeps coming up in this grok. It talks about NIST. Let me show you. Let me see if I can copy paste this into the chat. Okay, you can read that right there. Broader quantum news. NIST's PQC finalization, October 2025, accelerates Arrow's federal sales. WiseKey / SealQ satellite launch, November 25, uses Hedera / SealQ stack. So it's set. It was set. Whether it takes off now or not, I'm just letting you know. Like, that's why people say, well, Crypto Hawk, when do you think this will happen? Well, how can I tell you when they keep changing dates? Like right here, they're telling us the satellite's supposed to have been launched as of today at the latest. Well, I don't know if it's launched or not, but I'm just letting you know what the information is, okay? Maybe it goes off next week, or I don't know, maybe there's a meteor shower or something going on, or Elon's getting high or something. I can't tell you what's the holdup here. All I can do is show you that these 3 stocks and these 2 crypto at some point are going to skyrocket. And I can't tell you that date when it happens. So what do? We purchase what we think we have to or don't, and then we wait. And that's basically what we do. Those people that get in and everything, if everything works, you'll be looked at as legends by your friends. And then they'll all want money. And then you're going to have to move and change your name and get some plastic surgery, make yourself look different. There's something here called the SealQ Swiss Armed Forces Collaboration, November 2025. That's right now. So this SealQ is hooked up with the Swiss Armed Forces right now in November. It uses Hedera. There's something called the Saudi Vision 2030. So look, I don't know, the 2030 just keeps popping up. I don't know what that date is. Maybe it's when everything has to be, they're preparing for Q Day. Everything's got to be done quantum-wise by then. Oh, Arrow Capital supplies, Arrow Capital supplying PQC chips to banks. Oh my God, this is cool. I'm telling you what, that stock is going to go nutso with Seals Q, everybody. Supplies, Aero Electronics supplies. They're starting with JP Morgan. JP Morgan Quantum Blockchain Pilot. Aero Electronics is giving these Seals Q chips to JP Morgan to test out. They're getting it ready, everybody. This is what we like to see. I'm showing you all this news you will not hear on any other channel or news network anywhere. Okay, the November 2025 WiseSat satellite launch operated by WiseSat.space, which is a WiseKey subsidiary, makes a pivotal advancement in quantum resilient blockchain secured space communications. Delayed slightly from initial targets. And again, that's November 19th through November 26th, due to SpaceX scheduling. And that's what we read earlier. Okay, launch delay and momentum. SpaceX Transporter 15 scrubbed November 20th, rescheduled to today, November 26th. That's what it's saying right here. Let me give you a little copy of this. I wonder if all of this, I'm going to try to copy it all and send it. It may not let me. Hedera is not publicly traded. Okay, thank you for that. 1970 legend. Thank you very much. For the tax-free donation. Appreciate that. So I get some people that want stocks. They got enough crypto, they want stocks or whatever it is. I try to have a variety of important stuff on my program. So I'm going to read off this portion here. Launch day and momentum. So this Transporter 15 was supposed to launch November 20th, and then they scrubbed it and they had it rescheduled for today, which is right now. There's ties to WiseSat's SPAC IPO, $250 million, closing Q1 2026 for Constellation expansion. Hedera's role highlighted in November 15th announcement as a trust layer for IoT, boosting HBAR sentiment amid ETF filings. November mission tests full Sealcoin POC, proof of concept, for Space DPIN, aligning with NIST October 2025 PQC finals. WiseKey is integrating PQC for AI agents, artificial like robots. They're gonna have robots doing this shit. Red flags. There's strong European Union, strong Swiss ties. WiseSat is funded by the European Space Administration. Oh my God. Now this is global. See what we're talking about here? You got the European Space Administration. This just suddenly got a whole lot bigger. Wow. Talks about U.S. Department of Defense exposure via Vandenberg launch. This is very interesting, people. This is why I'm in these cryptos, because I'm looking at nuts and bolts fundamentals. Okay, that's what I invest in. I'm trying to find cryptos that it's going to save the fucking world, right? That's the use case I'm kind of interested in. And if I buy stocks, then I want to pick companies that are directly tied in to saving the world. That sounds like a pretty good use case. Here it is on Hedera. You could read the article on Hedera right there. Now, here is where on Hedera's website, they actually talk about ALGO. So you can read more about that because we got 10 minutes. Look, what I try to do is give you a lot of evidence so that if some of you, for some reason, want to go out and buy any of these cryptos or stocks, you're going to have a very educated procedure to follow with. Here's the article here. June 2025, ALGO Electronics joins Hedera to advance supply chain solutions. So there's your article right there. ALGO is exploring the development of DLT-based supply chain built on Hedera. ALGO is always pursuing new technologies, such as Hedera. Here's what Hedera says about ALGO. What does the Hedera company that consists of 20 to 25 global international businesses, what do they say about ALGO? ALGO Electronics represents the pinnacle. That means the highest point, the pinnacle of global technological enablement, says the co-chair for the Hedera Council. That's a pretty big compliment right there. This is all solid stuff. It doesn't get any more solid than this. If you want a crypto, if you're somebody who's unsure about crypto, if you get Hedera, it's so legitimate. It's the most legitimate project ever. Wow, they're working with defense industries, and that's massive. Let me check the comment section here. That deep dive I'm going to have to save for the PM, this JP Morgan one. I'm telling you what, these crypto prices do not reflect what's going on. Icy Alps. Keep an eye on Wise Key. When I asked about AI, when this person asked AI about it, it literally sourced Hulk, Seal, HTS, Quant pump video, echo chamber. Oh my! I don't know if it's going to be the right one or not. I can't tell you. There's a Seal coin, but maybe Grok's got something wrong. I don't know. I'm done with it though. What do we got? 6 minutes. Oh man. Let me see. I'm probably gonna wrap it up with that. Yeah, hash pack, saucer swap stuff. So the only thing I got here, ALGO. Oh, here's the company. I might have sent this to you. I don't know. But if I did, here it is again. Here is the ALGO company that we were talking about. If you're interested in that stock, it's about $100 for one. Tonight's show, if I can make one at 5 o'clock p.m., we got something massive going on. It only involves BlackRock, the biggest financial advising company in the world. And then you only have JP Morgan, the world's most systemically important bank. That's not a big deal. Both of those two are on tonight's show because they're doing something that no other banks are doing. And it's going to cause a seismic shift in digital finance. That's what it's saying. A seismic shift in digital finance. You're going to see what that is on tonight's show. You're not going to want to miss this one. It's another deep dive. And it's massive. About a whole, I'll speak about it during the show. I think that'll wrap it up for here. I'm going to go off and do a thing called life and cold plunge in a couple hours, freeze my ass off. And then I'll be putting together tonight's show, and I'll see y'all then.